Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ. Bless. We're back today with another episode of Sands of the Sea. It's your brothers from IUIC Hawaii, and we're here going to bring you some of the local news happening around and in the state of Hawaii. All right, so what we got going on today?
Today we talking about our trip to the Big Island. In case y'all didn't know, we traveled to each of the 6 available islands in the archipelago of Hawaii.
Archipelago?
Yeah, the archipelago. That's how you say it, right?
What?
All right, I practiced that. Y'all don't know about that.
Archipelago.
Archipelago of Hawaii. There's 6 islands that you can go to, and we just came back from the Big Island known as Hawaii.
Yep.
All right.
All praise. I think it was we had a great trip. Just went for the weekend. Crew of brothers went out, and we was able to really engage the community, try and make contacts, which we did. We made a few contacts, bring out the word to the brothers and sisters there on the island, and just really get a feel for the community there. Each island, for those of you that don't know, it has a different feel to it. It really does. A lot of people think that it's all the same, but each island has its own kind of vibe and feel to it. And Big Island is, if nothing else, it's huge. I mean, just driving back and forth every day, it's like being in a regular city. 30 minutes.
Yeah. It was rough.
Like 30 minutes just to get into town.
Yes.
And where we were staying and all sort of stuff. But man, shoot, one of the things that first thing that kind of pops out at me was the weather.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of people don't realize that Hilo is literally the wettest city in the United States of America. The wettest city in the United States of America. We had blue skies the whole time we had to go out.
All praise to the
blue
Most High.
skies. Talk about the Lord held still the flood. You know what I mean? Every time from the morning the sun came out, blue skies all day. We had great weather. And then it rained at night. It rained every night.
Poured.
Right? But still, we had to go out and do the work. The Lord held back that water. So,
all praise.
Yeah, man, that was huge just to start off with. So that was great. What do you think about the environment, the culture of the island?
You don't want to hear that from me.
The community? No, well,
it's no secret.
Yeah,
it's no secret. I don't like Hawaii.
What? Damn.
It's no secret.
Yeah.
However, I understand that our people is here.
Right.
But as far as the Big Island and compared to the other islands, I think there is a lot of subsections. Right? There's an overall culture. And there's a lot of subsections. Like over here, this is how we get down. Over here, this is how we get down. On the Hilo side versus this side, there's a lot of division amongst the island. And when I say division, I'm not talking about like they're not united. I'm saying that there's just different neighborhoods kind of like that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, what you think? Because my take on it is, it's like a hippie.
Oh man,
it's like a hippie ville.
When you say hippie, it's the exact picture that you picturing in your head right now. Yeah, I'm 70s tie-dye shirts.
Yeah, Edomite with dreads.
That 70s show, Cheech Chong.
What's the one where they went out and they was like rolling in the mud and they was all dirty and stuff?
The concert.
Yeah.
Woodstock.
Right,
that's what it looked like.
I'm telling you,
that's what it looked like.
That's the culture of the environment. I mean, that's the environment that we saw. I mean, even down to the restaurants we go to, we went to a so-called Mexican restaurant or Issachar restaurant, as we understand it. And there was 2 Northern Kingdom workers. Everyone else was Esau. I'm talking about the cook, the busboy, the waitress. Everyone else was Esau. All right, so that's the environment of Big Island. That's really what it is. Our people are just sprinkled in. And a lot of people think that it's real Hawaiian.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? But like it's not. It's not.
Real Mississippi sometimes.
Man,
it's real sundown townish looking. Exactly. Like we say, you boys lost type stuff. Yeah. On a lot of on Maui too. Maui was like that too. Yep. So I was getting those vibes. Yep. You had to do with the whip on the cattle ranch, and I was like, oh man, turn around, you boys lost.
Hey, while we're on the topic, kind of going a little bit more what you were saying about the different subsections of the people out there, whether it be from the general population or even in the dealings that we had with our people out there. What do you got on that?
What I observed is that you got the people that was closer to the Safeway. They seem a little bit more normalized. But as you get deeper into the crevices, like on the Puna side, then you get the all in. This is how we live. We don't got no electricity. We don't need your kind around here. That type of stuff. And even with the brothers that was there, we met that one brother, and he was like, "We don't do that here. Don't bring that to our island. We are free people." And he was
we ain't slaves. We not teaching about slavery, we teaching about our history.
What about the brother that was lynched on Maui?
What?
The brother that was lynched on Maui. Yeah, but in a sovereign kingdom, the method in which he was killed was how we was killed.
Pay attention to where we at, okay? And know where you at. When you come to other people's land, you respect it.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
So where's our land at? Where's our land at?
The earth is our land.
Okay. So which part of the earth? Anything in particular?
I'm telling you this. We protect ourselves. Something we're out here is because you were not protecting yourself. Protecting yourself is carrying yourself the right way and going out at the right times of day. You understand what I mean? If you are in a foreign land, you don't travel at night. You don't travel by yourself. You know this stuff.
The brother in particular that we talking about?
My mom is from Jamaica, bro. I know about it. You understand what I'm saying?
The brother in particular we talking about was lynched on his front yard.
Look, that has nothing to do with me. Do I live in Maui? You don't feel nothing for your people? What do you mean, my people? My people are all here. They're here. Everybody dies.
But not all of us
It's
die
not
by
all
lynching.
about how you
And he
die.
was saying we, you know what I mean? And I was like, are you sure it's a we thing? So that's kind of like the brainwashing thing that goes on in that type of environment. And some people on other sides of it see it. Some people on other sides of it ignore it. And some people on other sides of it embrace it. And that's just what's been happening. And it's so prevalent there that you kind of, think you're on a movie set at certain times. Like, man, do people really act like that? Like, why is he saying we? Why is he saying us? And why does he separate himself from us that is the same as him?
Right.
Where did he learn that?
Right. I mean, maybe we can play the clip when we put this out, but it really reminds me of that Malcolm X speech where he talked about the house nigga and the field nigga.
Yeah.
And when he got accepted into the house, or what he thought was acceptance, right? Because it's all a sham. You think you're being accepted, but you're still in a low estate.
Yeah.
You just think you're doing better than your brothers. And when he said, we sick, boss, we sick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't need that here. You know what I'm saying? And that he was speaking for the local people as if he was different from us.
You have to read the history of slavery to understand this. There were two kinds of Negroes. There was that old house Negro and the field Negro. And the house Negro always looked out for his master. When the field Negroes got too much out of line, he held them back in check. He put them back on the plantation. The house Negro could afford to do that because he lived better than the field Negro. He ate better, he dressed better, and he lived in a better house. He lived right up next to his master in the attic or the basement. He ate the same food his master ate and wore his same clothes. And he could talk just like his master, good diction. And he loved his master more than his master loved himself. That's why he didn't want his master hurt. If the master got sick, he'd say, "What's the matter, boss? We sick?"
It seemed like we ran into that several times over while we was there.
Exactly. It reminded me of like, how people like, well, I couldn't have been a slave. I would have done this. You never really think like who's going to be that coon or I'm telling master, y'all getting together.
Right.
But you see them all throughout Hawaii. You go further and deeper into the jungle, you're going to find them.
Right.
You gonna find, you be like, that's the guy that would have told. That's the guy that told on us. Right. When all them rebellions was happening, that's the guy that was like, oh master, they riling up out there.
Exactly.
That's what happened.
Exactly. It makes me think of a scripture right here in Sirach chapter 29.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why it comes to mind is because what we saw and just in this conversation right here, the idea that some of our people have, whether it be on the Big Island, you see some of that here as well, that things are so good and we've made it. We're in paradise. So don't come messing up paradise.
Yeah.
But what they fail to really think about until someone puts it in their face is that this ain't your house.
Right.
You are a guest, and sure enough, you will have a point when someone will remind you you are a guest here. So that's Sirach chapter 29 and verse 22.
Sirach chapter 29 and verse 22.
Bring it out.
Better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage than delicate fare in another man's house.
So a lot of times we forget the fact that regardless of the beautiful weather and the sun and the sand and the ocean and all
Mhm.
sorts of things, like this isn't our homeland. This is not our house, right? And we get confused. Some of our people get confused and thinking like, I'm living in the rich man's house. I'm having
Yeah.
delicate fare. And this is as good as it gets. This is paradise.
Yeah.
But no, this is just delicate fare in another man's house. You know, this isn't the house that the Lord has for us. Trust me, New Jerusalem is going to be better than anything that Hawaii can offer. You know what I mean? But our people be getting confused by that very, very quickly. And they're willing to fight us, their own brothers, to maintain that. Right? And we're not even trying to like take them out of it. We're simply talking about wake up and unify.
Anything further than a what up? How's it going? You know what I mean? Like that type of stuff. You on too much.
Too much.
Stuff.
Doing too much.
Yeah.
Doing too much.
You ruining it.
Right.
You know, that's what it is.
Yeah, man. So another thing that we kind of ran into, I had my experience with one and you had your experience with one, and that seemed like the most violent. I'm not gonna say violent. That's not the right word I want to use.
Because you can predict where it would go if we wasn't disciplined enough to kind of cool things out.
Yeah. I'm gonna say the most confrontational.
Yeah.
Was this idea, this free people's thing, but it kind of had it had a strain of Rastafarianism.
Yeah.
Rastafarianism in it.
Yeah.
Just talk. We had an experience with a couple of brothers.
So there's an island vibe, right?
Island boy.
Yeah. There's an island vibe where the people that speak we, us, right? They've coined the term and they keep spewing it out. We are a free people. We was never slaves. We not oppressed, that type of stuff. This is the saying that they keep saying out here, right? And if you interfere with that, then they turn confrontational real quick. Some of the things is you're interfering with their interaction with the heathen, right? We had a brother, he said he didn't want to be recorded, right? So he's like, all right, we're just gonna record us. And he was like, nah, we don't do that here, right? Some people don't like technology and all that type of stuff, right? So then we turned it around for respect from him, and he was like, you still got the camera on. You know what I mean? Like, it's just audio. Like, I don't want the audio, right? But if you want to record me, I normally charge $1,000, right? You see his interaction with us, and then after that, the hairy leg white woman come up and start kicking it with him. You know what I mean? They drinking whatever they drinking, probably kava, smoking weed or whatever. But his interaction with us, as he claims he's a free people, he don't want us coming around interfering with his freedom, right? So these are how anything that interferes with what he got going on, he's gonna react violently towards it.
Yeah. And unfortunately, like I said, that wasn't the only interaction that we had with that free people's statement, phrase, however you want to say it, and that because they all had that Rastafari look, that all
you got the long dreads, the unkempt dreads and the weed smoke. You know what I mean?
We had a situation like that with a family, ironically enough. We were excited to deal with them and interact with them, and next thing you know, the brothers went off the rails because we wasn't going for that Ethiopian Cushite doctrine. You know what I mean? No Haile Selassie around here. We know who we serve, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We got and the Messiah, the black Messiah, is from the tribe of Judah. Woo! Not Cush. Right, not Cush. So that was an interesting little thing. I guess the last point we kind of want to dive into as we recap our event or our weekend was just the general idea of the lack of desire, or even I would even go so far as to say the fear of unifying on the island. What do you? Why do you think that is? And did you see the same thing?
Hell yes, I saw it. Yeah. Right. And here's the thing, right? It's everywhere we go, it's that fear. Mm-hmm. Everywhere that we go is that fear. It's not so prevalent on Oahu. Oahu, you'll occasionally catch a couple of brothers, like you catch them out, by themselves, and you're like, hey man, we trying to get together, and they'll be like, the Hawaiians don't like that. They're not gonna like that, right? But however, on Big Island, to me, it seemed like they've already got that message, and they're all settled that the Hawaiians aren't going to like that. So it doesn't need to be said anymore. It just needs to be defended.
Right.
You know, so they already understand what the Hawaiians or the local people, whoever's there above them, is not going to like. And it's already agreed upon that they don't need that there. Right. So that you're not going to hear it. The Hawaiians are not going to like that over there, but you'll understand that's the gist of things.
Right. Right. And ironically, that statement, which we've heard many times, is the Hawaiians won't like it, is that when we was over there, if there was ever a example of that fear, meaning false evidence appearing real, it would be on the Big Island.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't even enough Hawaiians
Right.
to cause any level of fear
Yeah.
for unifying. You know who the people who are the majority? Esau.
White folks.
White folks. Right? So to say the Hawaiians or the locals won't like it, you're essentially just saying white people won't like it. And they don't like that anywhere we are.
Yep.
So why should we have any level of fear? It's just because we've bought into that thought that you know the Hawaiians aren't going to like that. We just run with it. We run with it.
That's a big. Can I get one scripture on that? Right. John 8:32. Right, because we're talking about free people, right, and the ideology that we get from that, or in order to be free, is coming from our enemies, as the Bible calls it.
Right. This is the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 32.
Bring it out.
And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
That's what we got to understand. We just got to understand the truth. God's laws, statutes, and commandments. This Bible is what's going to make us free. No amount of weed, no standing behind no white person, no standing behind no Filipino. Nobody else is going to make us free. The only thing that's going to make us free is this Bible. And that's what we as a people have to understand.
Facts. Nothing else. We won't unify truly unless we do it with the scriptures, through these laws. So with that, Israel, hope you've enjoyed the update. Lord's will, we'll catch you again on another episode of Sands of the Sea. Until next time, shalom.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.